Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm doing a bridal makeup trial. I thought it would be really fun to share with you guys a look I think I might wear on my big day. I would describe it as like a plumped up version of myself. It's similar to a look I would wear on a daily basis, but a little heavier, a little more intense, so I really hope you guys like it. I'm also featuring some Scandinavia products in today's video. I'm using their primer spray for oil control as well as their bridal makeup finishing spray, so I'm really excited to be partnering with them to get you guys 15% off your order, as well as free shipping and 2 free pocket-sized sprays. I thought that was such a good deal when they told me that, so I'm really excited about that. That will be in the description box in case you guys want to check it out. I've been using their products since a couple of years ago. I don't know if you guys remember City and Makeup. She doesn't post videos anymore, but she used to be obsessed with Scandinavia products. I've been purchasing them ever since then, and I really can tell you they are definitely the best setting sprays out there. I definitely wouldn't get married without Scandinavia products on my face, so that will be down below if you guys want to check it out. And with that being said, I'm just going to jump right in and get started. So to save time, I did apply my primers already. The first one is the Sensitive Post Shea Balm. It's by Nivea. I love this because it really makes your makeup stick to your face and stay exactly where you put it. And then just right around my nose, center of my forehead, center of my chin. I also like to apply the Blemish Remedy. It's a Bare Minerals mattifying prep gel. And the last primer I'm going to use is the Oil Control Makeup Primer Spray by Scandinavia. I love this. I'm just going to apply it in an X and then in a T. What this will do is just really hold back the oil in your face. You really will notice that you go way longer without starting to get shiny, so that obviously is very important on your wedding day. So I really love this. I definitely recommend it. The next thing I'm going to do is counteract some of my redness. So I'm going to apply an HD concealer by NYX. It obviously is a lime green color, so that will help to counteract with the redness. But I will say this does have a little bit of a white cast when you apply it. So I definitely think you should wear full coverage foundation if you plan on using this product. And then I just like to blend that in with a Real Techniques sponge. I'm going to move into foundation, and I'm mixing 2 different foundations together. So the first one is the Remarkable foundation. It's by Marc Jacobs, and this is in 32 Beige Light. And the other foundation is by L'Oreal, and this is the Infallible Pro Matte, and the shade is 101. So the reason I like to mix these together is for the mattifying powers from the Pro Matte. It really does an awesome job with staying matte, but also I think the Remarkable foundation has really nice coverage and is really lightweight, so I feel like it really is the best of both worlds when I mix these two. I'm going to move into concealer now, and there are 2 that I like to use. They're both by Maybelline, and when I do my concealing, I also like to do a little bit of highlighting with them. So the first one is the Instant Age Rewind, and this one is in Brightener Illuminator, and the other concealer is the Dream Lumi, and this one is very illuminating. I really like it, and this is in the shade Ivory. So I'm just going to start with the Instant Age Rewind, and this one I like to apply around my nose and above my lip, where a shadow would naturally fall, on the sides of my mouth, a little bit in the center, and then under my eyes, obviously, a little bit right here, and a little right here. I also like to make sure I get just a little bit on the inside of my eye right here, where a shadow would naturally fall, so that way I just look a little more awake. And then for the Dream Lumi, I'm going to apply this one under my eyes and just right on my nose. I'm going to blend everything in the center of my face with the Real Techniques sponge, and I just flip it over, so instead of the flat side that I use for foundation, I'm going to use the pointy side. For my under eye concealer, I'm going to start to blend it out with my fingers, and then afterwards I switch to the sponge. I honestly just feel like it always looks so much better when I start with my fingers, so I'm gonna do that. And then whatever concealer is left over on my fingers, I just like to put on my eyelids. I honestly think it works really well as an eyelid primer, so I don't even put any on when I do this. I'm going to start setting my face now, and for that I like to use a powder by e.l.f. I've told you guys I think that the Perfect Finish High Definition powder is as good, if not a little bit better, than the one by Makeup Forever. I really don't like to bake, but honestly I do set pretty heavy, like under my eyes, around my nose, on my chin. And then if there's too much product within a few minutes, I like to wipe it away, which I know is sort of baking, but it is like the lightest version of baking that I think you could possibly get. When I'm setting, I like to push this into my skin, and that way I don't have to worry about having a crease under my eye from my concealer. I'm going to move into bronzer, which a lot of you know is my favorite part, so I'm going to start with Hoola by Benefit, and the brush I like to use for this is by Morphe, and the number is B47, so when I use this I only like to use the very edge of the brush, but I just think it gives a really pretty result. And then I also like to go just right under my jaw. And I will kind of pull it down right here since I have like a lot of bronzer on the high points of my cheeks. I feel like when you do this, it kind of like pulls everything together. And then with whatever is left on the brush, I'm just going to do a little on the sides of my nose, right underneath, and right under my bottom lip. I'm going to use Warm Glow by Milani next. This definitely is like one of the biggest steals from the drugstore in my opinion. I think it just looks really, really beautiful. So it is a baked bronzer if I haven't said that already. So it does have like a very, very slight shimmer to it. And I'm going to apply this just right on top of the bronzer in a little more of a precise way, I would say, on my cheeks. A tiny, tiny bit on the top of my forehead and right here, but I really do focus this on my cheeks. And just in case you're wondering, the brush I like to use for this is by Real Techniques, and this is their contour brush. I'm going to use my Coralista blush by Benefit. I honestly think I will never get sick of this. It's just so pretty. I feel like I can apply a little bit for a very natural look, or I can bump it up and it looks beautiful. So it's really pretty. It's like an orangey pink, I guess I would say, and it does have a little bit of shimmer to it. Just focus it on the apples of my cheeks, and then I do sweep it up a little bit. And definitely stay away from your nose. I really try and focus on that. So I am going to skip the highlight, which might surprise some of you, but I have a little bit of shimmer in the second bronzer I applied. I have some in the blush, so I really don't want to overdo it as far as that goes. I'm going to start with one of my favorite transition shades, and that is Nectar, and this is in the Lorac Pro 2 palette, so I'm just going to get a little on a big fluffy brush. For my eyelid, I'm going to go in with Buff, which is like a really pretty vanilla, and this is going to set me up for the next eyeshadow, which is shimmery and really pretty, but isn't as pigmented. So I always like to start with something similar to this. Right on top of that, I'm going to use my Euphoria eyeshadow by NYX, and this is a baked eyeshadow, so it has a little shimmer to it. It's kind of like a blush pink. It is pretty light and kind of nude, but it definitely has like a very subtle pink to it, so that is going to go all over the eyelid. I also like to carry this right into the inner corner. And I will do just a little bit on the brow bone. I'm going to go in with another baked eyeshadow from NYX. This one is called Ambrosia, and it is really pretty. It's like a very true rose gold, so I'm going to put this one into my crease. For my eyebrows, I'm going to use two different products. So the first is an eyebrow pencil by NYX. This is in the shade Taupe. And then for the very front of my eyebrows, I'm going to use a brow gel by Anastasia, and this is in the shade Caramel. I'm going to move into my eyeliner now, and I like to do a very subtle wing, but a pretty thick line on my upper lash line. I feel like it just really makes your lashes look a lot thicker, and you guys know I love lashes, so that's definitely something I'm really into. I also decided to skip putting a black liner in the upper waterline, and that's because I have a really hard time with those staying there the whole day, whole night. I feel like at some point they really do go into my lower waterline, and I want that to be just really bright and like really fresh and awake looking. And I just realized I never told you guys what I'm using for the eyeliner, so it's by L'Oreal, and this is the Super Slim Liquid Eyeliner. We're getting pretty close to the finish line. I'm going to do my lashes next. For mascara, I'm wearing the Voluminous Carbon Black, which is by L'Oreal, and this is in the waterproof version. I definitely recommend that you wear waterproof on your wedding day. For my lashes, I'm wearing a pair of the Glamour lashes by Ardell. These are 113. I just think these are so pretty. They're very long and I love that like separated look, so I really like these. The first thing I'm going to do is apply just a little bit of this onto the very top of my lashes, then put these on and wait for them to dry and then do the bottom. When I do that, I feel like it just looks really seamless, so yeah. I quickly just want to add a little bit of white liner in my lower lash line before I do the lips, so I'm using a white one by Rimmel. I honestly think this is way better than the MAC one. I think it's a little more pigmented and it stays on way better for me. So I'm moving on to lips finally, and I'm starting with a lip liner. It's by ColourPop and the shade is Oh Snap. And then on top of that, I'm going to use a lip gloss that I have loved for a really long time, and this is White Russian by Buxom. It's a really pretty light pink. And finally, to keep this makeup looking as good as it does right now, all day, all night, I'm going to use the Bridal Makeup Finishing Spray by Scandinavia. I honestly wouldn't get married without this. It just really locks everything into place. I can sweat, I can cry, and I don't have to worry about how my makeup looks. I know it will stay right where I put it, so I'm going to apply this in an X and T motion, and then I will be good to go. That is all for my bridal makeup trial. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I will have the link for the Scandinavia deal down below, so make sure to check that out. And also let me know what you guys think of this look, if you like it, if you would rather wear a smoky eye, something more natural, and tell me what you think of my side part. Should I wear a side part or a center part on my wedding day? I'd love to hear your guys' opinions, so thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!